Let's go.
Welcome back to episode 14. I'm 14 and this is Deep. Today we got some stuff to talk about. So let's
Yeah.
get right into it.
Tank, yeah. Poor guy. Tank Dell can't catch a break. Like, they were decided to use him as a lead blocker, and he tore his leg, and now he's got shot in Florida at a nightclub by some teenager. That's first thing up. I don't know. I mean,
That's fucking insane. Like, I didn't even I mean, obviously no one expects to hear that, but that was just kind of crazy. I'm glad he's gonna be okay, but that's fucking nuts. Like,
he's
just
just like
being in that
comeback player of the year.
situation.
His odds for comeback player of the year, they got to be up there. I mean, he was pretty good
You think they boosted
before
because
he
he
got
got
hurt.
shot? Oh wait, no.
No, but I mean, maybe because he also got hurt
Dude,
last
I
year.
was
Remember?
thinking,
He
dude,
tore his
because
leg.
fucking dude, Damar Hamlin almost won off of almost dying and having 2 tackles the whole season. So would they count Tank Dell getting shot? Because you know what I'm just saying.
I don't know.
Paul Pierce
But
got stabbed once,
I
or
remember,
not? Well, I think it was more than once. But Paul Pierce got stabbed, and he fucking still played the entire season.
you know about Anthony Smith, his home invasion?
I do.
You know where? Yeah, he still has PTSD from that. But anyway, let's get into the first thing up. The NFL draft happened finally. Thank the Lord. You know, all the speculation, all the mock drafts, and I'd like to give me one moment. I'm gonna pull up our mock draft because we got quite a few right.
Yeah, we got a decent bit right.
Um, I gotta pull up both of ours because the second one we did, we had different numbers than the first time we did. So let's see. I think we got Jaden Daniels. Or no, we said Drake May and Jaden Daniels. So we were wrong the second time. But I got Joe Alt to the Chargers most recently. I got that one. And then I got Dallas Turner to the Vikings, but at a different pick than they did get him.
Yup.
You got Michael Penix to the Falcons. And let's see what else. Gosh, Johnny Newton and Cooper DeJean in our draft went right after each other. They both didn't even make the first round. Oh yeah, I got Brian Thomas to
Jags.
the Jaguars, correct. And which tackle did the which tackle did the Saints take? Because I might have got that one too. We did get Talisi Fuaga right as well to the Saints.
Yep, we did.
Let's see. Were there any more that we got right before I move on? I think we might have got Graham Barton right. Yeah, we got Graham Barton right as well. That's cool. And then that was the last one we got right. Okay. So just starting at one, and we'll go down for the first round, and then we'll get into any honorable mentions. Caleb Williams to the Bears. How spoiled is this guy?
Man, Caleb Williams to the Bears. Like, obviously, that was the obvious pick. The first four picks were pretty fucking obvious, man.
Well, I mean, the Cardinals could have had like 3 first-round picks if they had traded with the Vikings or something, but they went with the safe one. But the Bears, Caleb Williams, I already don't like him. I feel like he's just super annoying already. I don't know. He was like, "The Bears" at his press conference. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Nothing like
because they
he
actually have
plays
an
amazing,
offense
but
now.
his personality is just annoying.
Or at
Like
least they
they had
have
a
the
really weird
pieces.
draft call. Did you see the draft call between them?
Yeah, I did.
He was like, "Who is this? Hey, I'm Caleb." Ooh. I don't know. It was really dumb. But to spoil number 9, they also got Roma Dunze. That was one of like 4 of their draft picks, but yeah, he's gonna be a really spoiled
Ultimately, a
number 1
good
overall
draft for
pick.
the Bears.
What other number one overall pick has been as set up as he has or is.
I don't know. There's probably been one before. I'm just not thinking correctly.
Goff. I mean, I'm thinking the Rams weren't even good when we got Goff, so I don't know. Lucky him. I mean, I think he's the leading favorite to be rookie of the year, but I don't like
Yeah,
him. I don't. I wish the Bears terrible, terrible luck. Anyway, moving on. The Washington Commanders at number two. They drafted Jaden Daniels. Um, they had a good draft as well in the later
they
rounds.
they did. They had one of the best drafts, in my opinion.
Yeah, Jaden. There was
They're
a
a
bunch of rumors
standout.
Jaden Daniels that he didn't want to be there in Washington, which I don't know. I'd rather be in Washington than the New England, but I guess he really wanted to be with Antonio Pierce because they were together in college. I think he wanted to be a Raider, but go Jaden. I really hope he throws it to Terry McLaurin. That's a good offense if he can get it off the ground early. I don't think I don't think he'll be super great passer right away, but I think with a number one receiver like McLaurin, who's pretty underrated, this will be a better situation than like Lamar has had receiver wise ever,
True.
in my opinion. And they have decent running backs as well. Brian Thomas Jr. And I think they took someone in the draft. I might be wrong. Oh
They
no, they got
did.
Eckler too. Austin Eckler. Never mind. Um, are you scared? Scared by Jaden Daniels? Is he gonna run all over the Cowboys now?
No, I'm more scared about Mike Sanders still.
Right. We'll talk about him later. I know you. I know that's exactly who you want to talk about. There's a bunch of the Wolverines. I'm actually excited for a lot of them. We'll
Well,
get to that
we
later.
just a quick mention. We have we had the most fucking players drafted out of any college. Woo.
I'm. Didn't that happen for Georgia the last 2 years when they won the Natty as well?
Yeah, I mean it just makes sense. If you win the national championship, of course you're gonna have the most NFL caliber players on your team. Number two is
Let's see
Washington.
what happens. Let's see what happens without 10 years of Harbaugh and like 8 quarterbacks or whatever.
Well,
Anyway, moving on to number three. The New England Patriots get Drake May. Did you see the video of his brothers calling him a bitch and stuff?
yeah, I love that video. That was awesome.
So I got a bone to pick with the Patriots here. They picked Drake May here, which is I like him. I think he can be like a mini Josh Allen, kind of a country redneck Justin Herbert, maybe with a little more personality, hopefully. And but they also good on New England. They drafted another quarterback that I wanted in the sixth round, Joe Milton. They didn't have to do that. They have Jacoby Brissett.
Hey
Like
man, they also
that, I don't know.
drafted him a couple wide receivers too. Jalen Polk,
Yeah,
notably from Washington.
I like Polk. And there was another one that went viral for saying like, "It's over for y'all. Shouldn't have passed up on me" or something like that. I don't know. Or said he makes people in wheelchairs stand up. So I'm excited for them. Who else did they sign? They signed like KJ Osborne. I don't know. I'm not hyped for the receiver core, honestly. Maybe he can use Hunter Henry though. Anyway, now I'm terrified. Marvin Harrison Jr. to the Cardinals at number four. I think this duo is gonna light us up until Kyler gets traded or something. Like I feel like Marvin Harrison is gonna be around longer than Kyler, but Marvin is gonna be a problem.
Yeah, man,
I believe it.
Cardinals had one of the best drafts this year. Honestly, they had a really good draft. They had so many draft picks too. They drafted Trey Benson, notably from Florida State, later round, but Marvin Harrison Jr. is the big standout. They drafted a lot of defense and some offensive line, which is really good. Really promising, Cardinals.
They also got the at number 27 Darius Robinson, who we neglected to put in our first rounders, but I kind of knew he was gonna go first round. I mean, they invited him to the draft on day one, so I don't know. I don't know why we neglected him, but yeah, I'm terrified for that to be honest.
Yeah, the
With D
Cardinals look
Hop,
like they might be turning a leaf.
Yeah, and James Conner is underrated. I like him, so hopefully, if I mean, I'm a Rams fan, but if hopefully Kyler can stay healthy and we can at least see some excitement from that team. But moving on to number five, first pick that I got right for real. Joe Alt to the Chargers. You know,
Yep,
this just solidifies that they really, really want to run the ball.
they do. I know they do.
I mean, this dude. Did he say who's got it better than us when he was at Michigan?
He said it. He says it everywhere he goes. He said it at Stanford, San Diego, um,
Oh, okay.
Michigan, San Fran. That's his family thing. That's his dad's. Like his dad started that when he was a kid or some shit. That's not a Michigan
Okay.
thing.
'Cause
That's a Jim Harbaugh thing.
he called Joe Alt and said that, but Joe Alt looks like the nicest dude ever. Have you seen this man?
Yeah,
Like,
I have. I do like Joe Alt,
he seems
even though
so
he's from
nice.
Notre Dame.
I feel like he could bust, but I don't know. I've seen him play, but I don't know.
Chargers had one
Let's
of
see
the
him go against.
better drafts.
Yeah, I agree, but let's see him go against some Miles Garrett. I don't know. He looks kind of softer. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but just from his face and how he was like, it's just how he looks. I don't know. He looks kind of softer for a lineman. He's no Lane Johnson. I don't know, but he can get there. He's young. I
Yeah.
like him. So I hope the Chargers are good. Honestly, I hope that their running is not boring as shit. I hope Lad McConkey to the Chargers is their new wide receiver one. That would be really awesome if they got him at like the fifth pick in the second round, and that's their new guy. But yeah. Any opinions on Mr. Alt?
Yeah, I think he's gonna be great. Honestly, I think
I hope
you
so.
can't really go wrong with a offensive lineman who's rated really
Well, you
high
can.
with who's as talented as that. I mean, of course you can, but mostly like I think the hit rate on of all the positions, offensive tackle is probably one of the most hit on positions.
All right. Moving on to the New York Giants, number six. You said they'd get JJ. I never felt like that they would do that. I didn't feel like that they would get Daniel Jones and uh, his name is escaping me. Help me out, white boy. Can't remember his name.
I don't know.
The Broncos guy. The guy that was just on the
Drew Lock.
Seahawks. Yeah, I don't know why I forgot Drew Lock's name. They have him now as their backup. So I don't know why they would want a third receiver to develop with two competition. You know.
I mean, honestly,
But
just
they
because
got Malik
Daniel Jones
Neighbors.
sucks. Honestly,
Yeah, but they just paid him a lot, so give him. They got one more year of that. But I don't know, Malik Neighbors. I'm excited for him. I do feel like they're not going to use him to his best potential, obviously, because Daniel Jones can't throw deep. They saw that with Jalen Hyatt. Nobody was hitting Jalen Hyatt last year. I'm a big fan of him on the Giants too. So I don't know. I like their options there now, though. Malik Neighbors, Jalen Hyatt. They have Daniel Bellinger, the tight end, I'm pretty sure, and they have Darren Waller as well coming back. I don't know if he's going to retire or not, but they have some good weapons there. Maybe if DJ stays healthy and Devin Singletary works, I don't know. I don't think they'll be great, but I think they'll be better than what they were last year.
yeah, I agree.
Don't like the Giants. I get it. Anyway, we're going to Tennessee. They got J.C. Latham at 7. Everyone thought they were going to get Joe Alt. Um, you know, did you think that they should have got anybody else besides J.C. Latham? I like how he looks. He's a pretty big dude. I mean, I think he was the next biggest tackle besides maybe Amarius Mims in the draft, but less injury concerns for J.C. Latham.
I think it was a good.
And he comes from Alabama.
I think it was a good pick, man. I think they had a good overall draft too.
I like J.C. Latham. I think he'll pan out just fine.
Yeah, me
But
too.
up next, the
Honestly,
one you got right. You go ahead and talk about this. Why do you think they'd pick him and Michael Penix?
I don't know. I was just fucking around, and I was actually right.
I saw a little report on Instagram.
I didn't
I
even
didn't take
see
it too
that. I was
serious.
just fucking around. I was like, you know what? He totally fits with that offense, even though they just signed Kirk Cousins. And let's fuck it, they'll do it. And They did it. Honestly,
This is a really good example.
a lot of people don't like their draft, but I don't think it's too bad. They drafted Washington's linebacker Braylon Trice, who I think is pretty good. Um, but honestly,
That was pretty good. What's
yeah,
about?
other than those two, for real, I don't really, I don't, yeah, their draft wasn't really too good outside of those two picks, in my opinion.
They they got a D tackle in the second round. The first D tackle off the well, maybe not the first. The
And
first off the board in the
I'm
second
saying
round.
it might be a good pick because they might actually be able to develop him into something good, even though he'll be like 27 by the time Kirk Cousins is gone.
Yeah, I don't know about Michael Penix. He's old to be sitting, and Kirk is pissed off already. But in the
Jordan
second
Love
round, they got this
sat,
D
but he
tackle.
was young. That's true.
They got this D tackle in the second, named Orokoro or some shit, and I don't remember. I don't know how to say it, but Johnny Newton, Cooper DeJean, all these people were still there. It Adonai Mitchell, Kool Aid, they were all still there. I don't know what the I didn't like their draft at all. Really,
Yeah,
the
they
Falcons
had
kind
a
of
bad
fumbled.
draft.
I don't like their new regime. The Raheem Morris as a coach is very underwhelming to me. It seems like he's just gonna do what he wants to do, and he barely give an explanation, even though he's like just the first year coming back as their head coach. I don't know. He didn't seem to really give a good explanation to why they got Penix. Just that he was there and they liked him.
Yeah, I saw. Even
Uh,
the owner came in there and asked him what the hell.
anyway, Roma Dune's at number 9 here to the Bears.
I saw
Caleb's
that
gonna have
coming.
his guy for. You did. All right, did you?
Yep, I saw that coming.
The receivers fell in our last one.
Yep. Hey man, Odunze to
Oh,
Washington. It makes sense. I kind of like I didn't guess that in our mock draft when we made it, but during that night I was like, they're gonna pair him up with Odunze. And then I like their
I think
draft.
they.
I like their draft as a whole. They picked the tackle. They picked the punter from Iowa, and they picked Austin Booker from Kansas. I really like their draft. Honestly, they had a really good draft.
You like that they got a punter with a fourth round pick?
I know I don't really like that, but Iowa's punter is really fucking good.
Interesting. I don't know, but I haven't been studying my punter film to be honest. But I like Odunze. He had the best character profile in the out of the top receivers. That doesn't mean much, but Marv didn't show up for anything, and he didn't really seem to care to impress anybody in the draft, and it didn't seem to matter. And then Neighbors was like openly not wanting to go where he wound up going, and they had some concerns. Like there was a report saying he shouldn't go to a big city. And then Odunze was like, "Oh yeah, hard working, nose to the grindstone, stayed extra time at the combine type guy." So maybe that'll be good for Caleb.
Maybe.
Anyway, up next, number 10, the Jets and the Vikings traded one spot to get the Vikings up to number 10 for J.J. McCarthy out of Michigan. Here's your boy. You excited for this?
Yeah, why the fuck did they have
Hmm?
to trade up one
What you
spot
got? Just
though? It made no sense. Were the Jets gonna pick him?
I think that's what the Broncos were saying was that they were bluffing to call up or something. The Raiders could have called up. Plenty of teams could have called up. So I guess the Vikings. I heard something about the Jets called the Vikings and were like, "Hey, do y'all want to trade up before someone else does?" Because the Jets are in the
Damn.
AFC and the Broncos and Raiders. Yeah, if the Broncos and Raiders would have traded up, then it would have been a problem for the Jets compared to the if the Vikings did it. So,
Okay, yeah. So
but anyway,
makes sense. So yeah,
yeah, he's gonna go to JJ.
I think that was a great pick by the Vikings. And honestly, I think the Vikings had a great draft, especially picking Dallas Turner later
Yeah,
in
I'll
the
get
first round.
that pissed me off. I'll get to that later. But JJ, he's set up for success. I feel like he's gonna hand it off to Aaron Jones like 40 times a game. But Justin Jefferson we'll see how he feels. He's got like a year left to see if he likes JJ or not, and then he can move on or something. He's gonna continue to sit back and watch Amon Ra, Devonta Smith, AJ Brown, Jamar Chase still has to get paid. Brandon Ayuk needs to get paid. All these guys are getting paid. JJ's just gonna sit back and wait for his big deal, and and maybe if he doesn't like JJ, he leaves next year instead of getting that deal from the Vikings. So Vikings'
JJ
fate
will be
kind of
good.
depends on JJ now. I like Jordan Addison better for JJ, honestly. I don't know. Faster? Or not, maybe not faster, but he feels faster when you watch him play. Maybe because he's smaller.
Maybe.
But back to the Jets at number 11. They got Olu Fashanu. I just learned what a swing tackle was today. I looked up the term. It's just the backup tackle that plays at both spots. I'm sure people listening knew that, but uh, he could definitely do that, or Morgan Moses could do that sort of thing, because I feel like Olu might come out and be better than one of those two, Morgan or maybe probably not Tyron Smith, but one of them get a hurt something. But that's a good pick. I
Yeah,
like it. I kind of want him to start.
I agree. I do really like that pick.
Did you see the video of his girlfriend? Oh my God, this when this guy got drafted, his mother and his girlfriend were sitting next to him on the draft call, and his girlfriend kept trying to like reach over to touch him and be like, "Yay!" And his mom kept pushing her off of him, like, you're not sticking around for this." I don't
Also,
know. I thought that was funny.
potentially the new protege for Aaron Rodgers. He was training up Mr. Jordan Love. Now is he training up Mr. Jordan Travis? And then also you got
Yeah, I saw that.
Braylon Allen coming in, big power running back to
That sucks, but he's
back
young.
up Brees Hall, who's a kind of smaller, speedier back.
But that sucks for Braylon because they drafted another running back too. I don't know his
Isaiah
name, but
Davis.
Braylon Allen. I guess so. So there's some competition for the young guy, and the Jordan Travis. You know, if 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 Rogers goes down, then it's what's his name again? Yeah, I'm forgetting all the backup quarterbacks today. Tyrod Taylor. If Tyrod Taylor goes down, also, Jordan Travis, rookie.
Yeah, you never
How good
know.
was he before his injury?
I mean, he
Was
was
he good
good.
before his injury?
He was, but I don't know if his game would translate to the NFL.
Well, Brock Purdy is like he's a big inspiration to show like a lot of dudes like you can do much. You can do a lot if you have a decent coach and just play in your system. But also, you don't have a great coach because you have Robert Sala and Nathaniel
Yeah, I
Hackett.
was just
So
about to say, you don't really have a great coach.
I feel bad for Joe Milton though. He's set up for no success. But let's move on to the next quarterback that was taken off the board. Number 12, the Denver Broncos take Bo Nix.
This was even
I'm
more
actually kind
shocking
of
than
excited
Michael
for this.
Penix.
I'm more excited for this than Michael Penix. Yeah,
Me
and
too.
JJ actually.
I'm more excited for it than Penix, but not than JJ. But I'm more excited for it than Penix, but I'm more surprised that he got picked in the like that than fucking Penix. Like I was like, what the fuck?
I'd seen this in plenty of mocks, and there's a lot of Drew Brees comps for this guy because he's just supposed to be able
I
to read the
mean,
field fast, get the ball out fast,
I know they needed a
accurate.
quarterback, but damn.
They have a sneaky, decent receiver core now. They got Cortland Sutton, Troy Franklin, uh, was it Mims Jr.? I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
He was like an All Pro or something, and a return specialist though. Martin Mims. I
yeah,
don't
it was
remember. Hold on.
just Mims something.
Marvin. I think it's Marvin.
Yeah, I think it
I'm
is
looking.
too.
Yeah, Marvin Mims. But yeah, sneaky good core. No Michael Thomas to the for that whole spam him the receiver. I'm thinking Troy Franklin's going to be a big option for him because they played together in Oregon. Um, but I like him because he's going to start, and it's going to be a lot more on his back. But he's got a good coach for that. I think compared to JJ, he's got a lot. JJ's got more weapons, but McConnell's system is going to be like a bigger play thing. A lot of play action because it comes from the McVay tree, you know. So I don't know, a lot more boom or bust with JJ. I think Bo's gonna be like a safe looking
Huh.
quarterback, probably not
JJ is
super
pretty.
exciting to watch.
JJ was really good at pass action. That's like what he's really good at.
I'm not saying he's gonna suck. I'm just saying like I think they're gonna ask a little more of JJ when it comes to the passing than Bo. I think JJ's gonna have to throw a little more past the sticks than Bo is gonna have to.
I mean, that's fair.
Because if they call on JJ to pass, it's probably not gonna be like. I feel like they're gonna run a decent amount if they have Aaron Jones. So I don't know when JJ needs to pass, he will. But I feel like Bo is gonna be like a dice him up, short couple passes, check downs, Brady type, boring, probably not fun to watch type of offense to be honest. But I like uh the pressure on Bo to do less with Sean Payton. It's fascinating to me. I don't know what it is. JJ seems a little spoiled. But moving on to number 13. The Raiders took Brock Bowers. I was pissed off here because I thought he was going to go to the Jets or the Broncos. He didn't go to either. So I was like, oh man, he's going to fall. He might go to the Saints or the Colts, but we could trade up or something. Nah, he goes to the Raiders. They don't even waste any time. They were just like, who's the best player left that we could use right now? And they took Bowers, so oh
Yep.
well.
And
And they
they.
got Jackson Powers Johnson.
I was just about to say that someone who fell out of the first round. They had a
Yeah, I
decent
forgot to
draft.
mention him earlier too. I wonder why Jackson Powers fell. Maybe it's just because he's a center, I guess. I don't know. But Brock Bowers, I love watching him play. Maybe they'll use him as a receiver. Like they got Jacoby Myers, Devontae Adams, Brock Bowers. Oh, like I guess they got Hunter Renfro. Get rid of Renfro, man. Just put out Brock Bowers, Devontae, Jacoby, and Michael Mayer, and then there's your receiving options. I don't know who the running back is, but that could be some good weapons for Minshew. Moving on to the Saints, they got the O lineman they needed. Ryan Ramchek's probably going to retire. Trevor Penning hasn't been great, so either way, they need something at tackle. Derek Carr needs some time in there to throw to more than just Alvin Kamara, hopefully, because that's so boring to watch. Did you watch any Saints games last year?
Yeah, I did. I watched a bit.
Dude, they sucked.
I know they suck.
They were so boring. So boring. Except in garbage time when Carr decided he wanted to score 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I know. Carr sucked last year. That was horrible. That was Carr's worst year. What the hell?
It was a pretty lame ass signing by them. But good on them to get a tackle. It looks pretty good.
And they got Kool Aid
Moving on.
and Spencer
Oh
Rattler.
yeah, they did. Spencer Rattler. I actually would not. I wouldn't hate and I wouldn't be surprised if Spencer Rattler starts playing halfway through next season. You know, I
Yeah.
think Carr definitely could get benched. But moving on to 15. First defensive player off the board, finally, at number 15, Mr. Leatu Latu. I wanted him for the Rams, but it wasn't meant to be. Um, the Colts, I didn't think they were going to go edge. I thought they'd go corner or Brock Bowers if he was there, or maybe, I guess they didn't have a receiver or the tight end, so they went with D-line. That's smart, I guess, but everyone predicted corner. Uh, I like Leatu Latu though. He seemed really, really happy to be drafted. Did you? What did you think about him at number 15?
Um, I'm kind of surprised they took him there. I thought they'd go corner too, but he is really good, so he's really hard to pass up on. So I can I can see why they took him.
Yeah, I mean, despite the neck and everything, he's been really healthy, and he seems like the most pro-ready edge rusher, if that makes sense. I mean, reminds me of a Hutchinson a little bit, maybe a little bit of T.J. Watt type. That interception play, if you know what I'm talking about. He's got the athleticism and the play recognition.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I was mad that he went off the board there, though. I don't know. I thought he was gonna fall to us. And then at 16, Byron Murphy. I expected them to go either O line or D line. I was just happy they didn't go Dallas Turner, or Jared Verse. But Byron Murphy, I didn't know much about how he was really built. He's a like he's a tall, big, swole dude. Like he's not fat D tackle or nothing. He's like insane shape. So that's a little scary.
Yep.
Kind of
Seattle
like a
with another good
Jalen Carter
draft.
vibe. Yeah, Jalen Carter vibes a little bit,
They got
but
AJ Barner from Michigan.
I don't know that one. Oh yeah, and didn't the Chargers got Junior Colson and he was like singing the
Yeah.
Michigan theme. Oh my god, it's so annoying. You think he went to the Chargers just because they're blue and yellow?
I think Jim Harbaugh picked him because he went to Michigan, probably.
No, I mean, do you think he picked the Chargers to be the coach because their colors are the same as Michigan?
Oh no. I think he picked him
Seems like
because
it.
he had a relationship prior to with the coach.
What coach?
Or not the coach, I mean the owner.
Oh, okay. Um, moving on. Number 17. This is where the Jaguars were, and I thought we would trade up to go get Dallas Turner, but no. Fucking Minnesota did it, even though they had a later pick. I guess they offered up more. I was really mad. I thought that was prime Rams trade territory to get Dallas Turner, the next surefire dude, but the Vikings did it,
Yeah, good
and
on them. They got some defense in this draft. And some
he should have been
O
a Ram.
line.
Should have been a Ram. But I mean, he's good. I was excited. I don't know. He seems like a do-it-all edge rusher. Kind of more of a project than the other two, but also the highest ceiling of all three. Um, and then up next, 18, the Bengals take Amarius Mims, offensive tackle. He's an athletic freak. Didn't
Yeah.
play much in college compared to other people, and has a foot thing coming into the draft, but I don't know. That's as exciting. That's the most exciting tackle they could have went with after the top guys were gone.
Yeah, he's kind of a boomer bust prospect, but honestly, he's a project that's worth it. And he they had a good later draft. They had a good overall draft, man. Like, um, they had they got Chris Jenkins. They got Jermaine Burton from Alabama. Dude, they drafted an Iowa tight end who Iowa tight ends are known for turning out to be good some like a lot of times. So, who knows? Like they just had a really good overall draft. And it's good they actually went offensive line.
Kind of thought they were gonna steal the next guy from us because Trey Hendrickson's retiring, but they went edge rusher last year with Miles Murphy. But next up for us, the Los Angeles Rams first round pick in 8 years. It's another dude named Jared. We got Jared Verse, edge, Florida State. Dude that I said was going to come into the league with a vengeance because he didn't make the college playoffs last year. Um, I've also been saying he has the chance to bust out of the top three guys the most, in my opinion.
Bro,
I
y'all
don't
had a
know.
good
I'll get
draft.
into it. We did, but how do you feel about Jared Verse? You think he's going to pan out? He's 23,
Yeah, I think
which,
he'll be good.
for for the older rookies, that's kind of annoying.
I think he's
But
ready.
I like that we got Braden Fisk, his teammate, in the second round.
Yup.
Um,
Blake Corum.
uh, and Blake Corum. Hopefully, I would really love it
He'll pair up
if we
with
use like
Kyron
a
nicely.
yeah, like if we split carries. I like that because Kyron gets hurt, and I think we like to run the ball. So if we ran like the Ravens with multiple running backs, or like the Steelers with multiple running backs, or something, I would really like that. But Jared Verse, some big shoes to fill with Donald missing, but I like our D line now. I think we can be really good next year.
Me too.
Number 20 of the Steelers, Troy Fautanu out of Washington. Um, they got a tackle last year, Broderick Jones, I'm pretty sure, and now they got. See, tackles are so boring; it's putting me to sleep. But they got Troy Fautanu. Their tackle situation should be fine. They have two quarterbacks. They have two running backs. They have one wide receiver. Oh, they have a couple now, but they got your boy Roman Wilson, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Congratulations to him. They got a center as well. They also got NC
Zach
State. They got
Frazier
NC. Yep. They got NC State's Peyton Wilson as well,
was he?
a linebacker.
Cool, go NC State is from where I'm at.
Right.
Pardon me, I got yawns. Next up, the Miami Dolphins at number 21, Chop Robinson.
One of my favorite
I mean,
prospects of the draft, Miami. Y'all got a good one. Y'all needed defense, and y'all got defense. They focused on
so
defense
let's.
this draft a little bit. Well, actually, they got some receivers this draft too. Oh, they got Jalen Wright too. They got a bunch of fast guys. Yep, I'm not surprised. They focused on defense and fast people.
Chop, I mean, I like it. They could use him, but it's weird because the Dolphins have like four edge rushers in their roster. I mean, two are injured, but it's gonna be real weird when they start to come back. They gotta start to trade somebody. They got Shaq Barrett, they got Chop Robinson, they got Bradley Chubb, and they got Jalen Phillips. They can't all play on the edge.
I mean, yeah, but it'll be good.
I like Chop though. Hope he does well. Moving on to the Eagles. Oh boy, it's so fucking easy to say that the Eagles just kill the draft and free agency every year, but they have for basically since Jalen Rager.
Yep, they killed it again. This draft is
Yeah,
another good
they're about
draft.
to kill y'all.
Let's see. So, yep, Quinyon Mitchell from Toledo, and they also got Cooper DeJean who fell, and they got Will
That's
Shipley, one of the
crazy.
best. Well, not one of the best. I'm not gonna say one of the best running, but one of the better running backs in the class. And they also got
Man.
Trevor
Oh yeah.
Keegan, a guard from Michigan. They had a really standout draft. They got good players, man. And they got their Clemson
Man.
linebacker too, Jeremiah Trotter. Oh wow.
I would have the Eagles to like Super Bowl favorites if they stay healthy. Honestly.
Uh,
I mean,
Maybe their coach is still Nick
oh,
Sirianni, and
yeah,
they
but
keep
they have
switching
Kellen Moore and
coordinators.
they have better coordinators than they did last year though.
Yeah, but I mean, switching coordinators fucks up a team, and you have to take time to get used to it. Very rarely do first-year coordinators win shit.
Who was their coordinator when they went to the Super Bowl? I know they lost him. Oh, Shane Steichen.
Yep.
Man, I don't know. I'm a hype for them, but I know they're your rival, so fair contemplation about that. But Brian Thomas Jr. at number 23 to the Jaguars. I got this pick and team right, or I got the player and the team right, but not the pick. They traded down. I didn't realize how ugly Brian Thomas Jr. was, bro. Not gonna lie. And
They had a decent draft, I'd say. A lot of people like it. I don't like it as much as other people do, but the Jags had an alright draft to me.
who else did they get?
I don't really know, honestly, for real. Like, not anyone to
Oh,
note.
I thought you said that because they had like another guy. I don't know. I just know about Brian Thomas, to be honest. They traded a lot in this draft, it
I'm just
seemed.
hearing a lot of people talk about their draft, but it's alright.
I like Brian Thomas Jr. I figure, well, they got Christian Kirk. They probably got, no, I think DJ Chark is a Panther or something. I don't know. But I like a number one option for him that they have for like 4 years, 5 years now. So that's good. Uh, Now we have the second. Was it the second corner? Yeah, the second corner off the board. Terrion Arnold to Detroit. That's a really good. They fell and or they traded up with y'all to
Yep.
get to Terrion Arnold, but that's a really good pick from them.
Mhm.
Uh,
I agree.
what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. That was a good pick for them. Um, they had a couple of other picks later too that I enjoyed. They got
Ennis
some
Rakestraw. That's another
defense.
one.
Yeah, they got some defense. They got some tackle.
I don't know about anyone else they got,
But
but
they had a decent draft
the
overall.
Pack
Hey man, the Packers are looking strong. The NFC North as a whole is honestly looking strong for real. But
they got Jordan Morgan, offensive guard, I think, as of now.
dude, do you think they're like?
Uh,
Do you
the
think
Packers.
you think the NFC North might be the best division? Or
Uh,
on paper it looks like it so far.
but I think the Packers could be way worse next year, to be honest. Like on offense.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
a big fan
Honestly,
of any of their receivers.
I'm not a fan of any of their receivers either. People are like, "Oh yeah, Wicks and all this," and I'm like, "Dude, what if Wicks and Watson and fucking whoever else, Jaden Davis? What if like I don't? They were inconsistent last year. I'm not gonna be dependent on them. And they didn't even draft another wide receiver this year. They got USC running back Marshawn Lloyd though, and they got
They got
Edgerrin
Edrin
Cooper.
Cooper, linebacker.
Yup.
Yeah.
They got Javon Bullard from Georgia. They're bolstering up on defense, which is good. Kalen
They
King
are
from
always
Penn
doing that.
State, he was their final pick, but still, I think he's gonna be all right. I think he's gonna be good, Kalen King.
Or you think with all these defensive players that they draft that they would have some like Legion of Boom type defense by now, but it's just average and they still get ran all over some years. Yeah, I don't know. But moving on from them, another lineman, Graham Barton, center, Duke, Tampa Bay. They needed it. Ryan Jensen's retiring. Good for them. Happy
Yeah,
for them. Who else did they get in the draft? I'm trying to think.
Tampa Bay had a really good
I don't
draft
remember
on it.
anybody else.
Well, I'm not. I don't know if I'd say really good, but they filled some needs, man. Graham Barton. They've got Alabama linebacker Chris Braswell, Tyke Smith, and they got Jalen McMillan from Washington. Oregon running back Bucky Irving. They had a decent draft overall, man.
Good for them. I like Baker. Want him to succeed. Uh, Moving on though, let's get through the last couple here pretty quick. Uh, Darius Robinson to the Cardinals. They got them an edge rusher. I think he'll be good. I don't think he'll be super elite compared to some of the other guys, but I think he'll be serviceable, pretty good. Kind of like someone you don't I don't know like I don't know why I think a Justin Metabike type like he'll take him a minute to break out, but then like by a contract year he'll be good. It's not the same position, but it's just like that's how I see his path kind of going, and that's recent. So, moving on to number 28, the Chiefs traded with the Bills, who had traded out of the first round entirely to get what's his face,
Keon
Xavier
Coleman.
Worthy, fastest 40.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
No,
Bills there. My
Ex-
bad.
you're good. We'll get it. I don't know how to like. I don't remember who else they got besides Keon Coleman, the Bills really, but yeah, they got the fastest receiver ever, pretty much. Xavier Worthy, 4.21, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Andy
Um,
Reid loving him.
Apparently Adonai
They had a good
Mitchell is not
draft.
better.
They had a decent draft too.
Who else did they got a tackle Sam Malu or something like that.
Yep. Good on the Chiefs, man. Even though I hate them.
Yeah, Bills are stupid. You guys are stupid too, though. You got Tyler Guyton, kind of like a
I
project tackle or a tackle.
I actually like that
Yeah, like
pick.
in I don't know, all in.
Yeah, I know. All in. I like the tackles we picked. I think they're gonna be good because we did the same thing. I know. Obviously, it's like it's not the same guys, obviously, but I still think these guys are gonna pan out. But we focused on some things, but we needed to focus on a lot more. They talked about all in, and then Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones' son, was asked that by a reporter, and then he said, "Yeah, we understand the fans have a right to be mad, but my response is we don't mean all in by free agency." And so they signed one linebacker. Okay, so sign a linebacker. We drafted a linebacker. Okay, we drafted Cooper Beebe and Tyler Guyton. Nice, cool. We drafted a lot of tackles. Drafted D, a D tackle, a DB from Wake Forest, defensive end Marshawn Nealon from Western Michigan. He's really big and like strong. Like he seems good, um, but we didn't pick a receiver until a while. See Southeastern Missouri, Ryan Flower. No, I don't even know who that is. And honestly, we need to bolster up. We didn't even pick a running back. We need to bolster on running back and wide receiver. Like,
You
what the
got
fuck?
Zeke back, bro.
I don't
Zeke
care.
Zeke is back.
We need
He's
someone
back
better.
at
We need
home,
someone
man.
better than He's a secondary running back. We need someone better than him still. But he can be the backup, but we need someone
Back
better.
home. I still am a big advocate for trade for Tyler Algier from the Falcons. Go get him.
All right.
Give them Rico Dowdle as their secondary one. I don't know. But moving on from the Cowboys. At number 30, always somebody falls to the Ravens. Nate Wiggins. So they got Marlon Humphrey's buddy until he's retired. And I don't know any other corners, to be honest. But yeah, and then Kyle Hamilton's there. Their defense is really good. Roquan Smith, their
Yeah,
Ravens
they're
are
good.
great.
They had a good
I think
draft
he's
again.
I hear bad things about his tackling because he's smaller, but I guess if you're a coverage guy and you can keep them from getting the ball, then you don't need to tackle often. Run support, I guess, and stuff like that. But I don't know. Moving on, Ricky Pearsall to the 49ers at number 31. What you know about him? I don't know nothing about him, but CJ Stroud seemed really upset that he went to the Niners.
Yeah, I think I think that's a really good pick. I think Debo Samuel. I think they need to move on from him, and I think Pearsall. I I think he was a second rounder. Honestly, I'm surprised he went first round, but I think he's good, and I think they need more receivers like that, and they need to try and get more receivers like Ayuk as well. You know, I think they
I
need to
think
move
Ayuk
on
is
from
gone, brother.
maybe, but I think they need to get rid. I think they need to get rid of Debo.
I think they're gonna get rid of Ayuk because Debo's easier for Purdy to get the ball to. But um, go white boy, go Ricky Pearsall, yay. Uh, Niners, I really hate. I don't know. I hope he sucks, to be honest. But moving on to the last pick of the first round, the Panthers traded up with the Buffalo and the Kansas City pick from the Buffalo. They traded, yeah. They got Xavier Legette, most country motherfucker I've ever seen in the draft.
Oh
He's
yeah, he
you
was
seen him talk?
funny. That was awesome. Yep. I'm surprised he went first round too, but he's a good wide receiver. Um.
I like that for the Panthers. Trade up in the first round,
Oh
get the
yep.
guy you want
The
that's left, and
Panther
get that fifth round option or
Panthers
fifth
had a
year.
good draft because they also got a running back too, Jonathan Brooks from Texas, and they got
Yep, and we traded.
Kentucky's linebacker. Texas's tight
They
end.
kind of robbed
Damn.
us.
Hey, they got Michael Barrett. Oh yeah, nice Michigan linebacker. Wow.
We in the second round we traded up to go get a D tackle. I think we were trying to get Johnny Newton or Sweat. That guy Sweat that fell for the DUI or whatever. He was supposed to fall more than that, by the way. But we wound up getting Braden Fisk. But we traded like our second round this year, a fifth rounder, and our second next year to the Panthers. So they kind of got us for that spot. Braden Fisk. I mean, I like him, but I think I would have liked like a Kool-Aid McKinstry a little bit more. The Bills got Keon Coleman. You like that at all?
Yep, I do like that pick for them, honestly.
His his interview seemed funny. I kind of wish Joe Milton went to the Browns. Honestly, I'm mad he went to the Patriots.
That would have been funny.
Uh, I mean, Deshaun sucks. He would have either got benched or hurt or
Fair.
something, and then Joe Milton could have gone in and
That's
fucking lit it
that's
up with
fair.
Amari Cooper. Yeah, it would have been a good spot for him, but unfortunate. Same thing with Hendon Hooker to Detroit. Like, people forget he's even there. And I liked him. I like Tennessee quarterbacks. I like Tennessee a little bit. Tennessee's one of the college teams I can stand. Uh,
I like Tennessee.
but
They're my
yeah, that
favorite
wraps it
SEC
up
team.
for that mostly wraps it up for our NFL draft review. If we forget anything, I'll mark it down. All right, NBA playoffs. What's going on? Do you want to get to the Timberwolves and Suns first?
Yeah. So, Timberwolves, they completed a sweep. Man, they swept the Suns. This is the Timberwolves' first playoff series win. The last since the last time Minnesota Timberwolves won a playoff series was when Anthony Edwards was 2 years old. Um, I kind of expected. I didn't expect a sweep. I kind of expected it in six, but the Timberwolves really taken over this playoffs. They're kind of scary. If we beat Denver, my bad. I'm getting my words twisted. If we beat LA, which we should, um, I don't think any team ever. I'm correct. No team ever has come back from down 0-3, so we should win. I'm kind of worried about them, man. But yeah, so we're playing tonight. Hopefully, we close out that game tonight. But yeah, the Timberwolves surprised me with a sweep. They're going off right now. Their defense is insane. Anthony Edwards is just going crazy. Um, the Suns, I kind of had a feeling that they would get like bounced because like early, regardless who they played, because that team, I just knew they wouldn't be able to keep up, man. Like I said it before the season started. I wish I had recorded of. I probably have screenshots of it, but whatever, man. This was just like the Suns are so much worse than I thought they were, and I already thought they weren't even gonna be that good.
Yeah, same. I wasn't sure if maybe they could turn it up in the playoffs or not. I said that they might be a problem for y'all if they could get past the Wolves, but obviously they can't get past the Wolves. They have the problems we knew they had all year with depth and defense, but like they score way better than the Magic do and stuff. So I was just like maybe they can get some games through that and catching the lead, keeping it early, high scoring games, stuff like that, but just wasn't the case. Rudy Gobert, everybody, Anthony Edwards. I mean, how many posters has he got in this series? And I seen him fucking falling down and still scoring. He's just automatic.
Man, yeah. And to go on, OKC right now leads the Pelicans 3-0. I'm kind of surprised. The Pelicans have a deep roster. They should be a higher seed than what they are always. And like why don't they mesh? Do they never have a good coach? Like why doesn't that team mesh? They need to start over or something. Zion hasn't worked out. They haven't won a playoff series. I think this is their first time in the playoffs with Zion. Like I know they made the playoffs a couple years ago, but I think Zion was injured. So this is their first time in the playoffs with Zion, and Zion got drafted in 2019. So what the hell?
I
Honestly,
don't know, but I
The
definitely didn't
Thunder are
expect
showing
3-0.
out and honestly just doing what they're supposed to do as the one seed. Good on the Thunder. They're playing good. Shea, Chet, and team, you know, they're doing what they're supposed to. Then Denver and LA, we don't even have to go through that for real. It's kind of a repeat of last year, except they won
I
a
wanted
game.
to ask you.
That
I wanted to ask you what you thought of
they.
LeBron saying it's just basketball.
I mean, it's whatever.
People are freaking out about it. I saw one post earlier about how
I mean,
LeBron
he's gonna
said it's
retire
just
soon.
basketball,
He's
and then
gonna
Kobe
retire
was like,
soon. He's just
"I think we should win."
he's just playing, man. Like he's just playing until he can play with his son.
You don't think he'll want to go somewhere else and get a ring real quick or
Nah,
something?
I think he might be done with that, man. I don't think he wants to chase anything anymore. I don't know though.
Huh.
We'll see. He has an option. But yeah, to get into the final series in the West, this is a good one, man. I knew this would be a good one. The series is tied 2-2. The Mavs could have went up 3-1. They almost came back from 31 fucking points, dude. Did you see that?
I saw an ESPN notification about that.
Yeah, that was crazy. Um, yeah, Kyrie and Luca are going crazy. Kawhi is playing through injuries and shit. That's weird. He's playing while he's hurt.
I saw that he wasn't playing
Usually
this
he
one.
plays when he's healthy. Yeah, he didn't play. He didn't play that one, but in game 3 he played like through an injury. Usually he doesn't do that shit. But yeah, the series is tied 2-2. This is gonna be a good one, man. I think this is gonna go to 7. I got Clippers in 7 on this one. But who knows? The Mavericks could totally pull it out.
I'm looking at the last
It's
game.
gonna
I
be
don't think
such
he
a
played.
tough.
I know he's not gonna play this next game.
It's gonna be a tough series,
What?
man, for either team.
Yeah. Kawhi's health is a problem. Yeah. I don't know. I know he's out for this next game. I do know that his knee's been messed up. What'd you think about? Let me. What'd you think? We'll save my team for last, probably. But what'd you think about Celtics Heat? Heat got a game.
He got a game, but I still think the Celtics are gonna win in 5 or 6. I don't think the Heat without Butler, and if Butler comes back, I don't know if he will, but like even if he does, that Celtics team should totally beat them. They should not. The Heat shouldn't go on a run like they did last year. That should
Yeah.
just be a fluke game.
It'd be embarrassing.
They should they should totally win in 5.
Celtics would be pretty embarrassed. I don't know, but he did it to the Bucks last year. It'd be funny. I agree though. It should Celtics should clutch this through. What's the next one? The
Man,
Bucks and Pacers.
yeah. So the Bucks dealing with Giannis being injured, and now Dame played through injury game 1. I think he's been out since game 2 or 3. I forget which game, but yeah, the Indiana Pacers. Man, so the Bucks are just really the oldest team, like average of all their players. They're like 29 years old. It's a crazy old team, and they're dealing with injuries to their star players, so they don't. And then their bench is old too, so you have these young players who are healthy playing against them, playing at their pace. Yeah, man, this is just bad. They should have never got Doc Rivers. They should have never fired Adrian Griffin.
Yeah, that was really weird. Like it kind of been bad omens since that happened.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't see the Bucks coming back from this.
what do you think they do? Like, do they add somebody else or just hire a new coach?
I think they should hire a new coach. Um, Run it back, honestly. Maybe they should
Yeah.
get rid of Chris Middleton. Honestly, get rid of Chris Middleton. Try and get some younger role players, some younger depth. Yeah, that's what
All
I
right.
think the Bucks
Well,
should
let's
do.
get to the best. Let's get to the best playoff series in round one here, huh? Let's get to the
Well,
Magic and the Cavaliers, huh?
you just forgot about the Knicks and the
Oh yeah,
76ers.
Sixers and six. Yeah, Sixers.
Knicksers and
Well, fuck them.
Sixers. Yeah,
They,
the
you
Knicks
know
lead
what?
3-1. The refs are being bullshit to both teams in this series.
I did see
The
that.
refs are ruining this series. It's not even a fun series to watch. The Knicks lead 3-1. The Knicks are probably gonna win because their defense is better, and they're just a better team overall. And Joel Embiid has just come off injuries, like 60%. Um, even though he's still dropping 50 bombs and shit, he's still clearly not fully himself. The Knicks should win in like 5 or 6. I think they'll win in 6.
It's wild 'cause they came into the series with injuries, and then Joel Embiid's coming back. It's just like something about Joel Embiid. It's just I don't know. Maybe it's I don't think it's the help because he had Harden. They still did the same thing. Something about Joel Embiid is just not a playoff performer, I guess, or at least when it comes to winning the games. It's weird, especially because he's the MVP. I mean, how do you think that Jokic would do on that roster?
On what? Sixers or the Knicks?
Yeah, if you swapped the Sixers, or if you swapped Embiid and Jokic,
I don't think the Nuggets
from
are
team
as
to team,
good, but I don't think the Sixers are as good either. I think they both aren't as good.
huh? That's funny.
I think they both
Okay.
fit their
Um.
teams.
Anyway, Mavs, Kavik. I don't know what it is about me reading these ups like right next to each other. The Magic versus the Cavaliers, man. We were down 0-2. It was looking rough. The Magic were not scoring well. And then
Y'all
I
made some
I told Caleb,
adjustments.
man, I told Caleb I was like, man, I think we're gonna get swept, bro. I just don't think we got it. And then I watched. I tuned into game three, and we missed our first 9 field goal attempts. And I'm just like, I'm not watching this, bro. This is embarrassing. I'm sad. It makes me upset to watch this. And then I come back to check the score in quarter three, and we're winning by 40. We won game three by 38 points or some math. I'm not doing it right now. 121 to 83. And it just seems like when Wagner is popping off, that's when everything's going great. Uh, and Paulo's gonna do his thing. Paulo's just elite. And then we did it at the next game in game four. So now we're tied 2-2. I mean, Hope is back in Orlando, man. The song, play that song is bigger than ever, in my opinion. There's a whole button now. Play it at home. It's in the home field or home court for the Magic is where we seem to play. And that's good. I'd rather disappoint when we're not at home, and
Yeah,
you get to
but
see
you
blue
need to take
confetti
a
and shit.
road game
Yeah, I know.
to win when you're
And
the road seed and you don't have home court advantage through the
it's just like
series.
it's like Wendell Carter, Gary Harris, and Markel Fultz are all pretty negative, players when they're on the court. So it's just about keeping our lineups good and letting the rookies play a little bit. Jet Howard and Anthony Black both scored in our last couple games, so that's good. Um, I love our team. I'm a pretty big casual, to be honest, and we'll get to that in a bit. I'm gonna expose myself a little bit, but man, the
Yeah,
Magic, I love them.
but I wanted to say one more thing about this series.
Go
I
for it.
got I got Magic in 6. Y'all made some
Yeah,
adjustments, and I think y'all figured out the Cavs. The Cavs' offense and their shooting have been really horrible. They haven't really figured it out at all. Your defense is good, and not to like I said, y'all have changed the lineup and everything. Y'all have been playing different. Y'all have been playing more confident. I think y'all take this. I think y'all win the next 2 games. I think y'all turn the series around. Y'all go from 0-2 to 4-2. Y'all winning. I got y'all in 6.
yay! That would be cool. I would like that. Paulo, I think this is where Paulo solidifies himself as a superstar because, like, I can't remember what it was, but it was like the youngest player to reach 30 points, 10, blah, 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 with 30 minutes or less or something in the playoffs. NBA stat, but I love when I see those and I send them to you. I'm ready when you are for the next thing, brother.
Alright, so the next thing is going to be we're going to test him because he's a casual in the NBA. So we're going to test and see how much of a casual he is. And I got 10 questions for him that are honestly pretty decently easy. So,
Oh, I hope so. I hope so.
alright, we're going to start off really easy. Who's the first player to score 100 points in a single game?
Oh Uh, I can't
You
remember his name.
got
Kareem?
all right.
Is it Kareem?
It's
No.
not.
Is it? It's the
It
dude. It's the one with dude with the picture. I can't remember his name.
yes. Okay, you get three options.
Okay, give me
Michael
the options. Yeah.
Michael Jordan,
No,
Shaquille O'Neal,
not
Wilt
him.
Chamberlain.
No. Wilt. There we go. Wilt Chamberlain. Okay, that's. I knew it was the old motherfucker. I just didn't know his name.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
Wilt
give it to
Chamberlain.
you, honestly.
Appreciate it. Who did I
All
say?
right.
Kareem? I don't know. I said old motherfuckers, man. I don't know faces.
Yep.
Go ahead.
All right, man. Here we go. How many MVPs does Giannis Antetokounmpo have?
Who?
You are correct.
Yeah, go Gian. I know a little bit about Giannis. He's more of a modern day kind of star,
Yep.
so that's cool.
All right. Who was the number one overall pick in the 2019 draft? Was it Zion Williamson, Paolo Banchero, Cade Cunningham, or DeAndre Ayton?
Oh, it was either Zion or DeAndre Ayton, but I can't remember which year was which. I want to say, I want to say Zion.
You're correct.
Okay, cool. When was DeAndre Ayton? Was that 2018 or?
Yes, it was 2018. Then Luca got drafted
Okay, that's
two after because the Kings decided to pick
and
Marvin
wasn't
Bagley.
Cade
Cade was
Cunningham was the second,
2020, I
right?
think. He was
Who
number
was the
one.
second overall pick or?
New
Oh, he
number
was
one.
okay. Who was the second one that was like the Paulo that we might have picked instead of Paulo that year? I can't remember the guy.
Jabari Smith.
Was it Halliburton? No, maybe it was Jabari Smith. I don't know. It was a bigger name than that, but like I'm a casual.
I
I'll
don't
admit
know.
it.
Jabari
Let's
Smith was
move on.
supposed to go number one overall. But
Let's go.
what team did Michael Jordan play for um, when he retired?
Oh, the
For the
Wizards.
final time, yeah, the Wizards. Number four.
Yeah, that's weird because I don't know. I only know how he looks in that jersey because I don't really have like many highlights in my brain of him, and he was just so good on the Bulls. I guess. What's like? Could you compare any other player current day to Michael Jordan going to the Wizards?
Not really, no.
It's a weird,
Um,
interesting kind of.
yep. Speaking of which, I've got a question for you. Which team has
Okay.
the most championships?
Oh, the Celtics,
And,
right? And the Lakers.
yep,
Okay. I didn't know they were tied. That's great. I didn't know they were tied. I knew the Celtics had a lot though.
5 for 5. Number
Cool. I
six.
appreciate you making them easy enough.
Number 6. This is where it's gonna get harder, but I'll give you some answers. I'll give you some options. Who has the most
Okay.
MVPs of all time? Is it LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Karl Malone, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
I want to say Kareem.
He does. He has 6.
Yeah, I didn't feel I feel like I would have remembered that if it was any of the other ones.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. 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 Cool.
Yes. All right. Which player is known as the logo? Is it Larry Bird, John Havlicek, Magic Johnson, or Jerry West?
I know it's either I think it's Jerry West because I know it's like a
Yep,
white dude.
it's Jerry West.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird random dude.
Weird random dude.
Well,
He's a fucking beast.
to me,
He
he's a
was
weird random
honestly
dude
he
because
was
I
way
don't know
past
him.
his he played like good like past his time type good like he was good.
Okay, cool. I respect Jerry West and love you, Jerry.
All right, here we go. What year did the NBA merge with the ABA? Was it
Ah,
1976, 1970, 1980 or 1984?
I'll go 76.
You said 76.
Yeah.
All right. Let me see.
I feel like 70 they would still be trying to be competitive with each other, and then
It
right
was
before the 80s is when they would
1976. You are
realize,
correct. You are 8 for 8. You have two more questions left.
hey, I'm not that bad. Let's go.
All right.
I can't imagine this quiz was originally 25 questions, so I can't even imagine how hard they
What's
got.
the maximum number of fouls a player can commit before fouling out? Is it five,
Uh,
6, or 7?
I think it's 5.
It is not. It is 6. You are 8 for
Oh,
9.
it's 6?
Yep.
Okay. My original guess is it would have been like 4. I don't know why.
All right. Who was the first? Um, who was the first European player to win MVP award? Was it Dirk, Tony Parker, Giannis, or Pau?
It's not Dirk. Somebody earlier.
Hmm.
Who was the second guy you said?
I said Dirk, Tony Parker, Pau Gasol, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Like Paul Gasol is the perfect name for that. So that guy.
Pau Gasol never won an MVP.
Oh,
It was Dirk.
oh, it was. I felt like that would be too easy. Okay,
You went 8 for 10.
that's not bad. That's way better than I thought I would do. Um, okay. Uh, we need to do an honorable shout out to the NHL because they're in the middle of their playoffs and we ain't spoke a fucking word of it. Maybe we'll do that next episode. I'm pretty sure some team just got swept. So, you know, my team's not in the playoffs. I don't know if Caleb is your team in the NHL playoffs.
Ah, let me see. Did they make the playoffs? Red Wings, did you guys make the playoffs? Did you guys make... I don't think they did. Nope. Just missed them.
Yeah. I mean, anything. I don't know. I'm having trouble like looking at the standings. So yeah, we're not big hockey guys. I like to support my team, the Blackhawks, but you know, yeah. That but my little casual test, I thought I would do worse than I did. But that's just I want to be open and honest. I'm pretty casual, and I'm just trying to learn about the NBA as we go. I love it. I don't watch it as much as Caleb does, and but I appreciate it. And I love keeping up with the news and everything. So, speaking of NBA news, real quick, Jokic's fat brother punched some fan in the crowd of one of the Lakers games. Um, what do you think's gonna happen to that? You think Jokic gets fined or something for having a stupid brother?
I don't think Jokic would get fined. His brother should get fined. It's his fucking brother. His brother's a damn
His
adult.
brother doesn't play for the league. He
Hmm.
can't fine him. You think the
Um,
NBA is gonna fine that random guy?
I'm pretty sure they fined somebody for saying racist shit to Russell Westbrook, but I don't remember though.
Oh, I don't know how you send him a bill for that, but I believe you.
I
Uh,
don't know. I know they
also,
banned him from the arena for it, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's probably easy to
also,
get in contact with Jokic's brother.
he probably looks just like him.
It's
I've
easy
seen a
to
little
get in
bit of him. I didn't
contact
see.
with him if you're in contact with Jokic as the NBA man. Like, his brother's a grown man and has fucking take responsibility for his own actions, so that's exactly what should happen.
Alrighty. But with that, also, speaking of fighting in the crowd, I forgot to mention last time, UFC 300, Arman Sarukian on his way out to fight Charles Oliveira heard a fan yell "fuck you" and decided he was gonna go punch the fan, and so he went up and did that, or he tried that, and now he's getting like investigated by the athletic commission, and his purse is withheld and shit. So that's like just punching fans is going around in the crowd. It's going around in sports, I guess.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of UFC, let's hop into predicting the main card for UFC 301 this weekend. Have you heard anything about this one up until this point, Caleb? Just wondering.
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about it. Urseg.
Oh yeah, because this fight got announced on the pod. I remember I got a notification and I was like, "What the fuck? What
Yep.
is Urseg doing getting a title shot?" I had to find out who he was again because he's only had 3 UFC fights. But let's start at the bottom of the main card here. We got Chow Barajo I'm gonna try one more time. Chow Bahayo or some shit. He's a Brazilian dude. Pretty sure he's undefeated. He's I when I wa No, he's not. 15-1, but uh, 4 wins by knockout, 4 wins by submission. He's a beast. I've seen this dude. I mean, he's a physical force. I don't think Paul Craig's gonna have much for him unless he gets a leg lock or something. That's who he's fighting, by the way, is Paul Craig. Who you got?
Yeah, I got the other guy who's not Paul Craig. Whatever his name was, I don't want
Oh,
to pronounce it.
Paul Craig. You don't think he'll win? Ah,
No.
man, middleweight Paul Craig is weirdly skinny, dude. Have you seen him at middleweight? He's
Nope.
pretty frail looking. Anyway, I'll go Chow Barral, whatever, by decision or knockout. And then we got Michelle Pereira versus Ihor Pateria. You ever seen Ihor fight?
I've never.
He fought in his debut. He fought Shogun Hua, and he knocked him out, and then celebrated it on like the 40-year-old man's knocked out corpse or whatever. And people didn't take too kindly to it because he was Shogun's a legend. And yeah, so hopefully Michelle Pereira knocks this dude out. I don't like him. Pateria is annoying.
Yeah, I
He's
got
Ukrainian.
Pereira.
I'll go Pereira by knockout in round 2. But that's a wild fight right there. They're both pretty wild to watch. And then we got Anthony Smith versus Vitor Petrino. Vitor is undefeated.
Yep, I see that.
Pretty juiced up looking motherfucker. I mean, this is like either prime Anthony Smith bait where he just loves to eat these false contenders, or Victor's just about to beat him up. I'm gonna go Anthony Smith by submission, round 2.
I'm gonna go Vitor.
Fuck
He's
it.
gonna stay undefeated.
All right. Oh, the King of Rio is back in the co-main event at bantamweight
Coming
versus
out
a
of
fucking
retirement.
killer. Yeah, coming out of retirement, he's versus a killer, dude. Jonathan Martinez is no joke. Ah, man. I'm gonna go, but like Jose Aldo, man, he finds a way to perform even with against age and just like against anybody who's not like a legit guy. I think I think Aldo can win a decision here.
He was a killer. He was the killer at one point.
He
So,
still might be.
yeah, exactly. He's a veteran. I'm gonna go Aldo.
I'm
I
not
want to see
seeing
it
any
happen.
odds on the. I'm not seeing any odds on these fights here. The main event or the co-main event. I would hope that Aldo's not too big of an underdog, but yeah, I'll go Aldo. And then the main event for shits and giggles, I'm gonna go Steve Urseg by a knockout in like the 4th round.
I was gonna say Urseg too. I think he might win too, even though it's weird that he got the shot.
He's 5'8", and I don't know, he's just bigger. Not much bigger with reach or anything, but like, how old is he? Steve, how old are you? Is it gonna tell me? Doesn't seem like it. I'm not gonna scroll through and just to find his age, but I don't know. Everything would say that he would lose, but I don't know, man. Urseg, fuck it. He's a star. Australia, bring one home, baby. I'm picking you. Knockout. I'm gonna get every pick wrong. Watch. If y'all hear this before you probably won't. Shit. But you know, bet against me. I should release my bets just so everyone can bet against me because they usually suck. Um, Sleeper fight of the card before I go and we move on here. Elvis Brenner versus I'm not gonna say his fucking name. It's in the prelims, and he's the guy from Kyrgyzstan. Mitikbek Oralbay. I don't know. Versus Elvis Brenner. That'll be a lightweight banger right there. But
So we did have a Caleb's Corner for today, and today I have a little bit to talk about. It's mainly about the NBA, so let's just get right into it. What's next for the Phoenix Suns? What can they really do? They're eating up a lot of cap on four specific guys. Um, KD, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, and I forget who else even plays for that team. Honestly, I mean, I know Nurkic and Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen was out; that was a problem for him. I know Bobo plays for that team, but like, what do they do?
yeah.
What do they do with all that cap? Like, and now there's KD rumors. KD to the Knicks. KD to the KD to OKC. KD to the Warriors. Like, you going back to the Warriors or OKC or going to the Knicks? I hear because the Knicks might be trying to trade for someone big after this season, seeing how good they are, and trying to pair someone up with Jalen Brunson. But But KD's old now. People are gonna think that KD's like 30 something. He's like 35 or something. I don't know how old he is, but people are gonna be like, oh man, he's old. We don't need KD. So this might be the final stop. And what are they gonna do? Their only option is run it back or trade Devin or KD. Like, what are they gonna do? No one's gonna take Bradley Beal's contract. No one's gonna trade for him. So I don't know. And then what's next for the Pelicans? The Pelicans need to start over, man, with that deep team. Like, it's filled with young and old, veteran and young, and they just can't get it. What is it? Is it the coach? Is it the players? Why can't they mesh? Is it the injuries all the time? Like, why? They need to. They need to find. They need to figure something out, man. They need to. They need to just, like, blow up that team or something and start over, and build around Zion differently. Get rid of Ingram or something. I don't know. Like, what works, Pelicans? What'll work? The Lakers, I don't even know what the Lakers are going to do. Because if LeBron stays and he takes that option, then what are they going to do? Just run it back? Or are they going to trade their entire bench to get a third star? Like, what are they going to do? Really? And then the Bucks, I don't know what they do. They maybe just run it back for real. They might just run it back, even though they should focus on getting younger role players. But I think Damian Lillard, I don't think it was a wrong move. I think it can still work out, but they need to get some younger role players. Maybe get rid of Middleton. Maybe work on getting some decent players in the draft, trades. Who knows, man. And then I just wanted to talk about the Knicks and the Sixers and just the horrible officiating. Just to go further on that, something I saw Joel Embiid jump straight into, I forgot who, but he jumped straight into one of the Knicks defenders, and he got fouled. Like, the Knicks defender got fouled for it and gave Embiid 3 free points, 3 free throws. Like, that was insane. Like, that's horrible officiating. They need to fix their shit. And I just wanted to say, Mavs and Clippers, beautiful series. Knew it would be the best. It's gonna be a hell of a series. No matter it'll go to Game 7 no matter who wins it. I bet. That's just a series that I know it's gonna be good. And then going on to baseball, despite the injuries of Spencer Strider, the Braves are on a run. I believe we have the best record in baseball right now again. The Phillies are on a little bit of a comeback, They started off a little slow, but now they're back, kind of on our tails, but not really, because we've been going on a run. We're the best team in baseball. And then, just to end off right here, Man City, they've played one less game, and they're only 1 point behind Arsenal. Liverpool falling off to third, but they've gotten kicked out of UEFA Champions League. Sad. Very, very sad. But, yeah, Man City is looking like they're in it for the Premier League. The battle between the three, Arsenal, them, and Liverpool, I think Man City will get it. Man City got knocked out Champions League, though, which sucks for them. Madrid went on, PSG. Champions League. I gotta get caught up on my football/soccer, man. I haven't paid attention to it in a couple months, so I really need to get back into it. But that was the end of Caleb's Corner for today, so we can go straight to the shenanigans.
The shenanigan of the week.
The shenanigan of the week goes to Joe Martinez for his voice giving out and having to be replaced by Cheryl Arnold. First woman announcer in the UFC ever, so that was interesting. She didn't do too bad in my opinion. She didn't have like a Bruce Buffer voice or nothing, but she did say Deshmizhin, which was funny. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for this week.
That's all I got for this week too, pal. It was a good episode. Hope you all enjoyed. Share around with your friends if you enjoyed. Make sure to get the word around. Shenanigans is coming to your town. Peace.